Hi, this is Sal Jade from the Psychic Healing Academy, and thank you so much for joining me today with this short video on discovering why your tarot card readings could be cloudy and how to solve this. So often my tarot students in my Tarot Card Success course will come to me and say, look, Sal, I'm getting these really cloudy readings and I don't know what to do, and sometimes I'm panicking, and what should I do and what do I tell the client? And this video is going to help you if you've ever been in that situation, or if you've even been giving readings for yourself and the card deck just doesn't make sense. Like, you've asked a question, you've dealt the cards and you're looking at it and it's not making sense to you at all. Or if you're reading professionally, it's not making sense to your client, and you can be really struggling to contain that kind of panic that comes through. So the first reason that you may be getting some cloudy readings in your tarot is that you may not have properly cleared your tarot deck before reading for this client or reading for yourself. So often what can happen is the residual energy from another tarot reading can be stuck in the cards, and that can be giving really mixed messages. And it means that when you deal out the spread, you look at it and you're going, I don't know what this means. It's not linking together. It's not telling a story. It's not resonating with my client. So what you can do with this is, the first thing is to go back and clear the deck again. So all you need to do to clear the deck is you can knock on it 3 times. You can go through and divide the deck into 3 just to clear out that energy. You can hold it over a candle. You can hold it over some incense. Any kind of clearing exercises that just gets rid of that residual energy will give you much more accurate and clear readings. I often call in my guides as well, and I call in Archangel Raziel, and I call in my spirit guides, and I ask them to just clear completely the deck of any former readings. So I remember once when I used to read in a tarot shop, and I was reading for 3 sisters in a row, and because I hadn't cleared the deck properly, I found that the readings that were coming through were really confusing for my clients, and they started saying to me, look, it kind of sounds like you're describing my sister. And I realized, I went, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I just need to clear that deck properly. So I went back and I cleared it properly. And then the readings made sense to my clients, and they made sense for me when I was interpreting for them. Now, some of you might say, well, isn't that a bit awkward to suddenly stop a reading and say, look, can I just clear this deck? And I'd say, look, your clients will appreciate that you want to get the most accurate reading for them. So it's really okay if you just say, look, I'm so sorry. Can I just deal this again and go back in and just clear the deck and make sure I get a much better spread that's going to make more sense to you? And that way, they will feel much more confident in you. And a lot of clients will be really happy for you to do that. Like, it would have to be a very difficult, high maintenance client for you who says, no, I just want you to get on with the reading. So that's one way that you can deal with cloudy readings. Go back in again, clear the deck, and restart all over again. And hopefully that reading will make much more sense for you and your client. Now, the second reason you may be getting cloudy readings is because sometimes your client might be really scattered when they're asking the question of the cards, or if you're asking yourself, you may be scattered. So what you can do in that instance, so for example, they may be shuffling the card and suddenly they are thinking about their ex-boyfriend, and really they're asking you, what should I do about this new job? Like, should I stay in this job? What do I need to know about my job? And really they're thinking about what happened with their ex-boyfriend last night, or something like that, or some other drama. So that will therefore give a reading that's totally not going to make sense to you or them. What you do is you can just then say to your client, okay, this isn't quite making sense. I'm going to start again. And you gather up the deck, and you then ask your client to focus really clearly on what it is that they want the answer to. So get them to close their eyes, to take a couple of breaths, and if they're asking about their new job, to just focus all their attention on that new job while they are shuffling the cards, and when they hand it back to you, and then when you spread them out and they pick the cards. So just get them to get really focused and spot on about what exactly they are wanting the answer to. And usually that will bring them right back into the fold, and they'll be easily able to connect with the cards that they're meant to find the answers to. And that can really help prevent these cloudy readings. Something else you might need to do with your client is you might need to, if they've recently had a trauma or something go on for them that's really quite intense, like maybe they've recently just broken up with their boyfriend and you can see that the reading's all over the place, it's not making sense, what you can ask them to do is you ask permission to do just a little mini healing on them. So literally it'll take you a minute, you get them to close their eyes and you can just come over them and just ask the angels to clear all residual energy from them, anything that's interfering with them being read and interpreted by you, anything that's blocking, and you just ask that to all be lifted up and go to the Creator's light. And that will just really clear the space for a much more accurate reading. And something I often do, and warn them you're going to do this because they'll think it's a bit funny if you haven't warned them, is I will actually go up to my client and clap 3 times in front of their third eye, just to clear any blockages that's stopping you from being able to connect with their third eye and read for them. So that's the second thing you can do, is just to make sure that your client is as clear as possible, that they're not too scattered, and that scattered energy is influencing the reading. The third thing you can do is to actually check in and see if you're scattered. Now, I always say to my tarot students, I say, listen, if you've got a client coming and you know that you're exhausted, you haven't had enough sleep, you've been unwell, or you're currently feeling like you are unwell, or a trauma's happened in your life, please cancel and reschedule the booking. Like, your client would much prefer to get a really good reading from you than to come along and waste their time and their money. So I would always say, look, apologize deeply and say to them, please, can we reschedule? And if they're funny or they're a bit annoyed, then offer them, a discount on that reading. Say, look, I'll give you a 45-minute price for an hour reading, and just to make them feel a bit better and, to preserve your reputation and to make them feel a bit happier as they come along. Because the last thing you want to do is give a bad reading when you know you're not up for it. Now, just say the reading's already started. Now, obviously, you can't just kick your client out and say, sorry, come back another time. Like, they've made all that time and effort to come. So what I would do, if you've already started and you're giving a reading and it's cloudy and you feel like it's not them, they're fine, you're feeling like it's you, like you're getting nothing coming through, I would say to them, look, can I just please tune in a bit more? It's a bit confusing. I want to just see, what I need to do to just make this reading a bit clearer. And close your eyes and just go in and say, okay, do I need to clear the deck and start again? Or do I just need to clear and shift anything off me? And usually you're probably going to feel like you want to start again. So just go in, start again, but ask your angels and guides to just clear anything off you that's blocking you. Ask them to take it all up to the Creator's light and give yourself that mini healing to open up your third eye. And I will often ask them to download the essence of tanzanite or anything that's a psychic opening crystal, like clear quartz, tanzanite, azurite, and I ask them to just download that into my third eye chakra so that I'm feeling much more open. And that way I'm going to be giving much less scattered readings, and it'll feel like a lot more, it'll make sense to my client, it'll make sense to me. So I hope these 3 tips have given you plenty of solutions to deal with if you are facing a cloudy reading, and how you can counteract that. This is Sal Jade from the Psychic Healing Academy. Thank you so much for joining me for this short video. And if you've loved it, please subscribe or go to www.psychichealingacademy.com to find out more about my psychic training and psychic healing videos.